At any rate, we are going to bring on the grand poobah of Eagle Mortgage, Holly Schneidewind. Holly, how you doing?
Hey, good morning.
Congratulations on 30 years in business.
Yeah, it doesn't quite feel like that. It feels like it was just yesterday that I graduated from grade school and got started.
And got started here, yeah.
Yeah.
You're a busy person.
Yeah. Well, yeah. I have a lot of good help, so yes.
You know, you do have a great team here, and we have talked to so many listeners in the 6 years that you guys have been a partner with us. We have talked to so many listeners who have said that they have done loans here, and they always talk about the service, how you guys do such a good job of answering questions, because a lot of times when people are buying a house, they're pretty stressed out, especially if you have people that haven't bought a house in many, many years, or they're a first-time home buyer.
Yes, it's not an easy process, and I think that coming to Eagle Mortgage or anybody that has been doing loans for a long time definitely helps. I mean, being able to use this as an advisor, I get a lot of people that I'm like, just call me with any questions. If I can't do it all, we can help. We can at least get you somewhere where you need to be. We're not going to hopefully lead you astray and waste a bunch of time. So that's kind of where we're at. We help a lot of people with purchasing, and now's a great market to purchase in.
Holly Schneidewind, owner of Eagle Mortgage. This industry has changed so much in the 30 years that Eagle Mortgage has been around, and we didn't have the internet, we didn't have email, and there was a lot of probably faxing when you started, and rates were what, 7.5%?
Yeah, well, I was trying to remember back when we first started, and yeah, we had the curly paper fax, whatever that is.
Thermal paper or whatever?
Thermal paper, whatever. And yes, we had to mail everything. It was snail mail, waiting for it to come back. It was originals. I mean, we really needed people met in person. Oh my gosh, can anybody out there believe that? We actually had face-to-face and live signatures.
The humanity.
Yeah, and how did we ever get anything done? I don't know. But yes, it was a way different environment.
And people didn't even have to be licensed back then to originate mortgages, right?
Nope, not at all. So anybody could come in and write your loan. They could help your loan, originate your loan. And now we, of course, when the market, 2007, 2008, when it crashed and we had that big old burnout. Then, and of course, the brokers, we were not to blame, but yes, we were part of the bucket where now we had to get licensed. So everybody who wasn't working for a bank had to go take their tests, do some classes, and then actually pass to be able to now originate somebody's loan.
So it's obviously more regulated now, which is probably a good thing, but you're able to simplify the process and really streamline it, right?
Yes. There's still underwriting. I mean, don't get me wrong. You can't just show up, make an application, and that's it. So people think we ask for paperwork and documentation. So you just kind of go with your loan officer, and I'll tell you what, if a loan officer asks you for tax returns, provide the tax returns. So it's just, it makes it a lot easier if you provide everything that your loan officer, bank, whatever, when you're working with a loan, to provide them up front, and it goes much smoother, trust me.
So the interest rates are very low, but they've been low for a while now.
Yep.
Are there still people doing refinancing, or has everyone who wants to refinance refinanced?
No, we are still doing a ton of refinancing. And some people just haven't taken the time to do it, and now they're taking the time to do it. Maybe the time wasn't right before. So we are doing still a ton of refinancing. People are deciding, maybe they were looking at trying to move, or they decide to stay. So now they're trying to take cash out or equity out to do some home remodeling. They're going to stay, update, versus before. And, if you're working with your realtor to sell, maybe you don't have to do those updates before you sell. I mean, there's kind of a limited supply out there. So,
well, you see remodeling and construction trucks in almost every driveway, it seems like. And it's certainly now, you pointed out earlier before this interview that lumber prices went way up and now they're way down. And you're seeing the effect of that on the mortgage market too.
Oh yeah. So before, your dollar's going to go a lot further now than when this pandemic, or and I'm not really sure, and I can't tell you. Maybe why the price of a piece of plywood went from and I'm going to throw out some numbers. I'm sure I'm not exactly, but what was it? $75 down to $18, or maybe it was $60 to $18 a sheet. I don't quite get it, but why? I'm not sure. But yeah, now you can get a lot more done for littler dollars.
But you still have the labor issue, and you still have the supply chain and that kind of stuff.
True.
So, but no, I think that what's your sense of mortgage rates now compared to say a year ago and a year from now? And I realize you don't have the crystal ball, but what's your take on mortgage rates?
I think right now they're the lowest they've been in a long time. I mean, they bounce around, and I watch it every day, so where somebody wouldn't quite know, I mean, I can see exactly kind of what it's doing in a day's time. They're still great. I mean, we're doing government loans at mid-twos for a 30-year fixed, and sometimes even below that. You've got a 15-year mid-twos on a conventional. So, rates are subject to all kinds of different variables. So in order for you to know, you've got to make the phone call and ask. And it's really not as painful as everybody thinks. I do ask a lot of questions, so you got to kind of be prepared, or at least we'll find the answers. But, make the call, find out, can we save you money? Can you qualify? I had somebody say, well, we probably can't do it right now. I'm like, well, you don't know unless you apply. So let's do.
What's the best way to apply at Eagle Mortgage? Is it online? Is it in person?
All of the above. Best way is actually probably online to get started, but not everybody's an online user or wants to. So you would have to call to make an appointment in our office, but at the eaglemortgagecompany.com, you can go on there, make that application. We pull it in within usually, business day, within 24 hours or 48, it gets pulled in. If there's a rush, call. We can take a look at it, make sure we get it pulled in, answer some questions. We do that all the time.
We're talking with Holly Schneidewind, owner of Eagle Mortgage, in the Eagle Mortgage parking lot right now.
Oh, yes.
We're celebrating the 30-year anniversary of this company being in business, and we're doing it with free pancakes from the Pancake Man. Holly, it's nice of you to have all these people here, and by the way, thank you for breakfast.
Oh, yeah. It's always great. Did you catch all your pancakes?
When I was one of the first ones to go through, and he wasn't warmed up throwing yet, but if people maybe heard a little bit of a cheer noise just a moment ago, that was someone catching a pancake.
He's doing some serious distance throwing.
I know, right? I'm like, I didn't have to either. I chose not to.
Yeah.
I'm not sure it could have gone well. You know what? It doesn't go well with white pancakes and
That's
white.
true, yeah.
So.
But, and my problem is if you threw a football at me, I might miss it. But if you throw food at me, I'm never going to miss it. Holly, last time you were on the show was a few months ago, and we were talking about this crazy, home buying market. And, you guys are not realtors, you're mortgage brokers, but
right.
You have your finger on that pulse. Is the housing market as crazy and overheated as it was a few months ago, or does it seem like it's getting a little more reasonable?
I would say it's getting a little bit more reasonable. I think there's still multiple offer scenarios out there, just maybe not as crazy as it was. Honestly, I'm not seeing some of the values coming in quite as high as what the market was holding before. They're coming in a little bit more, so you're having some appraisals not quite meeting the accelerated offers that are out there. But you know what? We still have great values. The appreciation is still good. It's always a good time to buy. I mean, people are like, well, we're going to take a back seat and not get into the market. Why? Even if you have to pay, at a 2.5% or 3% rate for that matter, you're still going to be able to afford that extra $10,000 in that price.
Well, and the other thing is there's been so much new construction lately. I mean, when you drive around the suburban frontier, as I like to call it, it is, especially for a construction nerd like me, it's fun to see all these houses popping up.
I think we needed them.
Crazy.
We need more housing, right?
There's new entrants in the market as far as residential developers. We're getting national players in developing subdivisions and things like that. When it comes to a mix over the last few years, are you seeing more new construction versus existing home sales?
You know what we do, primarily most of our market is existing. But I'll tell you, there are a lot more new construction, so a handful of what we do is the permanent financing on the construction. We don't do the construction loan ourselves. We work with some of the banks around here, or if the builder carries their own loan, then we do the financing and get the pre-approval ready when they're ready to finish and that house is completed. So we have a few right now that we're like, we'll email and it's like, okay, what's your date? Is your date still where it's at? Sometimes they're running into a little bit of delay just because of supply. Yes, the labor.
A new construction we're seeing, I've heard a lot of stories about there's delays in construction. It's taking people longer to get their home turned over.
Probably the appliances. I've heard that.
Yeah.
I suppose.
I'm waiting for an oven.
Well, Holly, congratulations on 30 years in business. You have a fantastic company. We're so happy to be able to partner with you. And like I said earlier, thanks for having us all over for breakfast.
Oh, my gosh. Well, thank you guys for coming out here, setting this up, being out here, helping me celebrate.
That's a great day. It's a great day.
Come on
Thanks,
down.
Holly.
If you like this video, be sure to hit those like and subscribe buttons. And remember, Grow Omaha is not just media. This is a mission. We are trying to build up Omaha and make it an even better place. We can only do that with your help. Share this video with your friends, neighbors, and family.